It's another Tuesday, and this is yours truly, Samuel Ajani, on your weekly IoT show, IoT Tuesday. It has been an awesome week. Last week, build was happening. That is why we couldn't come your way with a session for IoT Tuesday last week because it was build. Lots and lots of announcement. In today's episode, hopefully, we won't take too much of your time in today's episode. We're just going to talk about some of the announcement and new features that it was, made mention of on build relating to IoT. So when we come back, I will be taking you through the announcement, some of the build sessions, what it's all about, and then give you resources on what where to go catch up. And then we will reconnect, come back, and then look at the plan for the rest of our series concerning our monitoring system we're building. Stick and stay with me. Yes, we are back. We are back. We're back. We're back. We're back. So last week was Microsoft Build 2020, a virtual event that took the world by storm. I mean, lots and lots of announcements in all various parts of the tech ecosystem. I made mention of some on Demystify Tech. I made mention of some of the cool stuff. And on Power Series last Sunday, my friend Sheyi helped us to go through some of the highlights of things that he felt were top of the list for him. In today's episode of IoT Tuesday, we'll be taking a little detour from our regular building of what we're working on. We're just going to go through some of the things that were listed or talked about and build, and then I'll give you resources on where to pick it up from. And then we'll talk about next thing for us because we are in the journey of building a home environmental monitoring system. We're being able to do a lot of things since connecting sensors, sending data to the cloud, storing the data, visualizing the data. And I think the last time I mentioned that I was going to show you how to actually do some prediction on the data. And then we will now put everything together and build one massive application. The source code is in the repo. You can go check it out as well. So lots of fun. But before we get into it, a couple of things I want to throw out of the way, like I do always. The first thing is, yes, I know that this is not an Azure, like this is not strictly Azure, but we're talking IoT, it's a Microsoft stuff. But the first thing I want to talk about, let me bring my screen here and let's go this view, is the Azure Community Day or Virtual Azure Community Day, which is actually something that the Azure community worldwide is doing, globally is doing to get people, to learn Azure, to do stuff on Azure. So currently, we have schedules going on. We have tracks for English, French, and Japanese, Spanish as well. So I'm going to share the link here in our resource. Go check this out. And then, hey, sign up for any of this, any of these sessions you want. And then if I believe there's still call for speakers. So if you feel you can do any of these sessions, just check out this site, reach out to them, and all the local communities making this happen. Big ups to you. Thank you for so much for doing this. That's the first thing. So go check it out. There's a virtual Azure Community Day happening from 3rd of June. All right. A lot of them are also happening from after June. There's going to be a series of them happening and also community based. So go check this out and hey, subscribe, sign up for any of the events, and trust me, you will love it. Now, the next thing on the agenda is the Remote Resilience Hackathon. Yeah, this is also another awesome event that is being done in conjunction with Be My App and then sponsored by Microsoft. It's actually an online hackathon that is trying to get out, the best of situations in these times we find ourselves. So we're entrusting and actually calling out to all of you, to pick challenges in any of these categories. Let me go in a bit. So remote collaboration and productivity, remote secure access management, and then remote business process and customer relation management, and the remote distributed teams programming. So these are sections that you can partake in. Go to the link right now. Let me actually put this also in the chat. It's in there. You can go to this link, register or sign up. There's also tons of Microsoft resources available. And look at this. The first prize is 4,000 US dollars. The first prize is 4,000 US dollars. You don't want to miss this. This is a lot juicy. Second prize, $2,000. Third prize, $500. And then the fourth prize, $250. The fifth prize, $250. But first prize, 4K, $4,000. Keep your eyes on the prize. It's free to join. Go check this out. It's a remote resilience online hackathon organized by Be My App and then sponsored by Microsoft. So go check this out. The link, I just dropped the link in the chat. So go pick it up. It's free to register. I can even create a team to do this hackathon. I am on it as a mentor. So when you finish your first challenge, you might possibly get me to mentor you in the rest of the journey. So hey, go try that out. Well, yes, these are the two main announcements I want to give you, and then we can go into the rest of our show. Well, yes, let's talk about Build. Build was awesome. I mean, if you missed it, you can go to aka.ms/build and watch the videos on demand. That is also available. Or if you want IoT specific stuff, I was generous enough to create this bit.ly for you. You can click on this link and actually go straight to everything that was said on Build and for IoT specifically. And that's what we'll be talking about today. Now, before I do that, the couple of things, I think it's all inbuilt in there. So I will go to that resource, we'll watch a quick video, and then we'll walk through the various sessions and I'll explain a little bit of them. Then I'll throw the resources out there and then we can take it from there. So this is the first video that I want us to watch.
Hi IoT fans, Microsoft Build 2020 will be digital this year. That means that content will be online, live, and on demand. And it's free. The Azure IoT team has been hard at work delivering some nice features that they're eager to announce. Let's hear it from them.
Hi there, my name is Pamela Cortez.
My name is Deepak Pulaid. I'm a program manager at Microsoft in the Azure IoT team.
My name is Ines Khalifi. I am a PM lead on Azure Digital Twins.
And I am on the Azure IoT product team. I focus on building better developer experiences through our community, through making technical content.
Hi everyone, I'm Chris Pendleton. I manage program management for Azure Maps.
My team is responsible for building the best IoT analytics platform for Azure IoT customers.
And my team and I are responsible for delivering the next wave of features for Azure Digital Twins.
And then also hearing all of your feedback and driving that back into our products to continue to improve them.
Azure Maps is the enterprise location platform native to the Azure cloud. It includes maps, search, routing, traffic, weather, time zones, mobility data, all in one consolidated platform for Azure customers to use in their various services and applications that they build using different Azure technologies.
My favorite IoT device is a Raspberry Pi because you can make it do what you wish to do with some quick automation.
Out of my top 10 at this moment would have to be the NVIDIA Jetson Nano device. It's affordable, it's great for solutions where you want to bring AI to the edge.
My favorite IoT project has got to be the iRobot Roomba. Not only does it take away the workload of having to vacuum, but one of the best derivative products of that is it actually generates a map.
My favorite IoT solution is actually a hygiene monitoring solution that a few of our customers and partners have built for hospitals. And it's pretty simple, but very powerful in that it monitors, the use of hand sanitizer for doctors and nurses as they go in and out of patient rooms.
We have been working on some amazing new features and can't wait to take this to our customers to see what they can do with this to analyze, visualize, and monitor their IoT harness or devices.
One of the things I worked on this year was the Azure IoT Developer Specialty Certification and brand new technical content that goes along with it.
I look forward to sharing what we've been working on the Azure Digital Twins front over the last few months. Definitely don't miss the on-demand sessions as well as a few of the live sessions at Build. See you there.
This year at Build 2020, the Azure Maps team has some pretty exciting news. If you think about smart buildings and digital twins and Azure Maps and roll that all together, that'll give you some indication of what is to come and what we're going to be unveiling here at Build this year.
Also, we're going to have 3 hours of live coding for IoT this year. Don't miss that one.
And I look forward to sharing with you all the great work our team has been doing.
I'm not supposed to spoil the news, but definitely definitely don't miss the IoT related sessions and keynotes. Digital twins will be hot this year.
Could not be more excited to finally get this out and show the world what we've been working on.
We look forward to all of you joining us at Build this year and connecting with all of us.
Don't wait, register for the event, and we look forward to connect with you.
Well, awesome. So that was what you missed if you didn't partake in Build. But hey, don't worry, like we said, the resources are all available for you to access on demand. So that is what we'll be doing in today's session. We're going through the resources that were shared. We'll talk about them. And then, I'll just share them with you. I shared the link already in the stream chat. Let me put this back here. Where is that? So that people who are just joining us can go check this out. It's free. So let's go. Let's talk about it. So let's start with it. So if you go to the link I just put in the chat, you're going to have access to this page where you're going to see all the focus group, all the build events that happen, the breakout sessions, the Q&As and all that. You're going to see that, but that's not what we're worried about. What we want to talk about today. So as you can see, there are different items in there that I want to mention. So the first of it is IoT Developer Specialty Certification. Yes. So Microsoft has released the IoT Developer Specialty Certifications that allow you to be certified on Microsoft, to be a Microsoft Azure IoT developer. All right. Just a sec. I think we let's do this. Let's see if I can drop this and that affects our stream. I see we're dropping a little amount of frames, but hold on, let's see. Get rid of this and yeah. So let me open. Yeah, so they've introduced the Azure IoT developer certificate specialty. So what that means is that now you can have the opportunity to validate your skills, on Microsoft Azure IoT, so that you can get certified as an Azure IoT certified engineer or developer. Let me go to the resource and let's open that. Let's go here and let me show this here. Let's do the Azure. Where is that? Let me paste this here. So we open this up and then we can go to the exams, which is this. So this is it. It is the AZ220. Let me zoom in a bit. Yes, and this is the Microsoft Azure IoT developer. So you take this certification and then you are awarded the Microsoft Azure IoT certificate. All right. Now let's look at the skills measured. I mean, just to show you what it entails and also give you a resource for it. That's what I want to do in this session. So we're going to be quite brief here. So the content of this exams will be, it will be updated sometime this end of this month. But then ideally, it's going to cover provisioning of managed devices, implementing the edge, processing and managing data, monitoring, troubleshooting, and optimizing IoT solutions, and implementing security. The good thing is that there is also, both an instructor-led and then, an online free course. All right. So if you have any training center close to you, you can take the certification. We are also, myself and a couple of people are coming up with this certification instructor-led course since I'm an MCT myself. So if you are interested in taking this course, reach out to me. We'll add you to the class and we're going to start that. But there's also a free online learning path, all right, that you can take, which is on the website. Let me actually share this link as well. So if you're interested in IoT, being an IoT developer, you can take this as exams and then you should be good to go. That is the first thing that I want to share with you. Now, if you have any questions pertaining to this, don't hesitate. Just reach out to me on any of my social media handles, and I'll try to respond to it, accordingly. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is the release of the IoT SDK. All right, so there's a new SDK for constrained devices, which is the Embedded C SDK. So let me open this up here. I have this open. There you go. Yep. Where's that? Where's that? Yep. This is it. Let's close this. This might show in the IoT show, but that's not what we're looking for. But yes, so Microsoft has actually released the embedded. Let's not go to channel 9. This is going to like take our stream off. So Microsoft has released the embedded C SDK and library for IoT devices. Now, why are we excited about this? The reason being that sometimes you have IoT solutions that are on devices with constraints like low memory, low storage, low flash, all that. And it becomes difficult for you to implement some things. Like, for instance, you want to do, let's say, you want to do device to cloud communication, but the board or the kit you're using has a lot of constraints, and therefore you can't rerun some of these solutions on it, right? Now, to the rescue is the Azure CSDK. Now, what is happening is that they've compiled a lot of these ready to use solutions that allow you to connect to Azure IoT services and use them. Just the necessary modules and resources you need to do to have that communication happening. They have exposed that into an embedded and lightweight and easy to use C SDK that allows you to now bring these capabilities to things like the ESP32, ESP2866, and other low constraint devices. All right. So if you look at it, they're actually giving you two SDKs. They're giving you the client SDK and then the service SDK. I mentioned this when we're talking about IoT Hub. Now, the device SDK is what you would run on your device. So like your physical device, like your let's say Raspberry Pi, or you run on your, let's say, ESP2866. That is what you run on your device. The service SDK is what allows you to control the device and its connectivity to the IoT, the IoT Hub or other IoT related services in Azure. All right. So two SDKs available for you, and the features supported at this point, and the protocol supported at this point here: authentication, MQTT, MQTWS, AMQP, HTTPS, all supported. Send device, as you can see here, send device to cloud message is also supported. Retrieve cloud to device message, device twins, direct method is supported only for these protocols but not HTTPS. You can upload a blob to using MQTT unless you're using HTTPS. Connection status and error reporting, you can do that but not with HTTPS. So this is actually like a lot of benefit for us, because then it reduces the entry level into your application development and what you can do with these services. So that is the second interesting thing for me that I feel that if you're into IoT, you need to abreast yourself with. The third thing here is the IoT Hub virtual network support. Now, you'll be asking, oh, what about this? Well, the reason why this is very important is that when you start to scale and build enterprise solutions, there will be the need for you to want to contain or keep your resources within a restricted network, okay, or probably in a customized network situation. And this is what Azure is doing, or Microsoft is doing, by introducing the virtual networks capability to Azure IoT Hubs. So right now, what this means is that, for instance, if you are building certain applications, I know that sometimes when you're building solutions and you are actually integrating with certain third-party systems, they might probably say that we need you to give us a white list of IP addresses that we can allow to access these third-party services. And most often, you then resort to having to do VMs or other ways of doing it. Now, similar situations like this, you can now use the Azure Virtual Network support in IoT Hubs to do this. All right. So this is a huge thing for us. So as you can see, now by default, take a look at this. So now you can actually secure all your IoT, deployment in a virtual environment or virtual network. All right. That is much more secure. Okay. So this is on premise. You have a virtual network here. You are using, let's say, Express Route to connect to the public endpoint. But now you can, set this up. Where is that? Let's show this. You can set this up, very simply. So now you see, instead of just calling any endpoint traditionally from your on-prem, you think you are secured and calling any endpoint. Now you have this virtual network that determines, okay, protects your endpoint and keeps them, secured enough within a provided network. All right. Really interesting. And that's why I think that is one of the key features I want to draw your attention to on today's episode. Now, the next thing, if you haven't heard about Azure Maps, okay, you need to check it out. Now, the Microsoft team of Azure, the Azure Maps teams have done a really cool thing by introducing the Azure Maps Creator. Now, by default, I mean, you can use Microsoft Azure Maps to create indoor and outdoor maps, all right, and then have them interact with data and other context. Now, the introduction of the Azure Maps Creator allows you to now create, okay, maps internally using, leveraging on all the existing features on the Azure map, but then also the ability to bring in your own data and, customize things as you want. Let's see, let me bring out this article and show you how cool this is. So now you can actually build, your maps, indoor maps, and then leverage already, the skills or the capabilities and services of Azure Map to do this. As you can see in this video, take a look. This is an indoor. So now we've been able to map, this space indoor internally, and then now we can correlate this data with like sensor information in the places. We can now use color coding to, to signify or to, visually depict what's happening, in real time with this area. So that is one of the other things that I am so, extremely, extremely, extremely excited about. And then the final thing for me is the Azure RealTime OS and Azure Sphere. Now, if you are not familiar with what real-time operating system is, let me just give you a simple overview. Now, by default, microcontrollers and, some of these boards are, single threaded. All right. They are not able to they don't know the concept of, multi-threading or doing multiple things at the same time. So sometimes response to event is quite tricky. You would have to devise several ways to do this, or you have to be constantly monitoring data coming in and you respond by any of the methods we've seen in previous episode. However, Azure partnered with Express Logic, I think last 2 years. I'll have to get that fact right. And then they brought in the real-time OS capability into Azure and then Azure Sphere. So now you can use Azure RTOS or Azure Real-Time OS embedded in your resources or applications on your devices to give you that multi-threaded, fast, reliable, responsive applications to develop on your IoT platforms. This, I feel, is a really, really huge thing, because if I want to build real-time applications on my IoT devices, I would go for Azure Real-Time OS, all right, operating system. These are some of the cool things that, for me, I felt that, was awesome. Really, really, really awesome as part of the things that were, on air at Build. Well, like I mentioned, I share the resource here. If you want to go through like all these things, use the link I just sent to you, bit.ly or bit.ly/build IoT, and then you can see all the IoT sessions. The videos are there on demand. As you can see, you can watch all these videos over and over again to see all the good things, the hands-on sessions, all of it, deep dive, everything is here for you to go mess around with. I've shared that in the link, so go check it out. This was awesome. Build for me was, really awesome. Now, so what next? Now, over the past couple of weeks, we've been building on our home environmental monitoring system. Okay, we've gone to the point where we are ready to put everything together. There's only one more thing I wanted to show, as saying sending the data and doing some analytics on the data. That's the only thing that is left for me to show. So in next week's episode of IoT Tuesday, I'm going to show you how to do real-time analytics, to do real-time analytics on the data that is coming using Stream Analytics for IoT. Now, once I am done with that, the subsequent or the next episode will be to now bring everything we've learned together, to connect all the sensors, send the data to Azure like we've seen, and then kind of like, build a solution for us to see how that works and make the solution available on GitHub for you to go play around. Then we need to start thinking about the next thing to build on the show. If there's anything specific about IoT that you want me to go through or to go over or to treat, if there's any topic or series you want me to treat, please don't forget to, subscribe, like, connect to me on any of my social media feeds, as you can see down there, and just send in your suggestion. I'll be really happy and honored to do that. And then also we will be starting the instructor-led the Microsoft IoT Certified Developer training. So if you're also interested, please reach out to me and we can get that started. So with that much ado, COVID is real. Stay safe. Um, be kind, learn something, let's connect, let's share, let's do great stuff. If there's anything I haven't covered or you wanted me to cover or you want me to do, don't forget, share with me. And then I'll come back to you again next week for another awesome episode of IoT Tuesday. Don't forget, go to this link, go check out all these great videos as you've seen here. Learn stuff from it. If you don't understand anything, come back to me. I'll try as much as possible to answer those for you. And then let's take it out from here. Till then, stay safe, stay strong. Let's be good. I'm out.